So I've been tagged by Ranger Kooky. Ranger Kooky is an interesting chap. You never really know what's coming up on his channel next, other than the fact it's something to do with the outdoors. A little bit of boating or fishing or camping or something. Certainly entertaining to watch. So if you haven't already, if you're not familiar with that channel, then check him out, Ranger Kooky. I'll put the link in the description below. Also his alter ego, the Ranger, a bit of a hard ass. So you can check him out also. But anyway, his tag is the 10 item, $10, I believe it is, challenge. He kind of combined that with his Canteen Cup Tuesday, and I'm going to combine it with mine this week. We don't have a Dollar Tree down here in Trinidad, so I can't really go to one of those, so I've just gone to a plain old supermarket here. So I'm going to keep it to 10 items. Stop laughing and shaking the camera. I'm going to keep it to 10 items or less, under $10 US equivalent. I've noticed that Ranger's real keen on his tinned fish. He likes things with fish in it. The canned fish, he likes to put it all in there and mix it all up. Well, I've got a recipe, something that I came across during my time in Jamaica, one of my times there, and it's called saltfish and butter beans, and it's a traditional Jamaican dish which I fell in love with the first time I had it. I usually make it with saltfish and dried butter beans, but we're going to keep it easy. We're going to make it with the canned stuff, and we're going to go shopping for the ingredients now. Stay tuned. Scotch bonnet pepper, also known as habanero. That looks like a nice one. You should even handle it with your bare hands. Look at a plastic bag. Right. Sweet peppers. So you could do this with the smoked herring, smoked kipper stacks that Ranger Kooky likes to use, or you can also do this with a tin tuna that's smoked. I like that too. So that's the alternative to using the dried saltfish. Thyme. You have salted Canadian pollock. Bits, saltfish bits, and that's what I'm going to be using for my Jamaican style butter beans and saltfish. Okay, Jamaican butter beans and saltfish. Two ways. There's the old school, what I'm going to call the old school way, using dried stuff, and the new school way, which is basically stuff that you pick up in most grocery stores. So here we got main ingredients. Look, I'm going to use saltfish, but you can, for the new school way, use tin fish, like Ranger Kooky does. There's the herring, that one's a mackerel, that one's a smoked herring, I believe, but I'm going to use saltfish, and that would normally be done with dried beans, lima beans, new school way being canned lima beans. So this would be saltfish. There's about half an onion there, half a good size onion. That's some thyme. Tomato, about a third of that habanero pepper or Scotch bonnet pepper. There's some Spanish thyme out the garden. Had to throw that in. Some garlic, and about a third of a sweet pepper. Too many. Well, I've got way too much ingredients to go in my canteen cup, so I've swapped over to my billy pot. Or in the pot, in goes the finely chopped Scotch bonnet pepper and the thyme. Right. So these are butter beans. or what was the other name for butter beans, Joe?
Lima beans.
Lima beans. And I'm putting it in there with the juice it comes with, the brine in there. Stir them, mix it all in there, and then you just let it simmer until it thickens up. And that is it. It's so easy to do. There it is. And now we wait. So old school would be dried lima beans or lima beans or butter beans. These are sun-dried tomatoes. They don't look terribly appetising, but they taste great. And the salt fish. And of course these three things, before they're rehydrated, have enormous pack life. You know, you're probably talking about a month safely for pack life. And of course the amount here, I mean, there's enough beans here to feed an army compared to what we've done with just that 12-ounce can today. And speaking of armies, of course, this is how armies would provision. So it's pretty much the original expedition food. Armies of the kind of 1700s, 1800s. It was a lot of dried beans and peas, salt meat, salt pork, salt fish, salt beef, that kind of thing. So that would, obviously the other way, you're using canned fish and you're using canned beans. You can't carry as much because it's heavy, but again, you know, infinite pack life on that. So, probably, I'd say 10 minutes simmering, and then let stand for 10 minutes. I tend to take that kind of zen approach to the cooking with the alcohol stove, because a lot of cooking still goes on, even when the stove's gone out. So, let's see what it looks like. Yum yum.
Yum yum.
So, because it's, I could eat it out of the canteen cup, but I'm going to put some out on the plate. This actually could have thickened up a little bit. I would probably have simmered this a little longer. What it is essentially is like a white chili. Instead of chili con carne, it's chili con pescado. Alright, cut. So let's see how things came out here. Sauce on there. And now we get to my favourite part, which is tasting it. I like to, probably could have done with a little bit more cooking, just to, I like it when the beans just start to break down and it starts to thicken up the sauce a bit. A little bit of salt fish, and a bit of bean, a bit of tomato, and it looks like I've got a bit of that wicked chilli in there as well. Definitely on the spicy side, but I love it. Fantastic, real good. Excelente. So there it is. That would be Jamaican saltfish and butter beans, but kind of with a, I guess, a bushcraft twist. Doing what you can on an alcohol stove. Obviously, if you went old school style, it's not as well suited for that. You know, sort of a campfire would be better to do the beans, because they probably take 45 minutes to an hour to cook. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed. But before I go, I hope that looks to your taste there, Ranger Kooky. I'd just like to say about Ranger Kooky, I just saw his video today. Today is Wednesday, although we started preparing the Canteen Cup Tuesday yesterday. I'll be publishing it today. But I've watched his recent Canteen Cup Tuesday, And he mentioned something about, he's been doing giveaways. I think this is about the third giveaway that he's done, and he hasn't had a lot of response, if any. And I've got to say, Ranger, that I went back through your videos, and even looking for the giveaway, I couldn't find it. I've noticed that most people that do a giveaway, they usually put that in the title of their video, so that would probably be a good idea if you're going to give a giveaway, to get a better response to it. But even so, I'm surprised that, I think if anybody knew about the giveaway, they would certainly have responded. I certainly think, you know, I think the last one was an Eastern Bloc cook kit, like the Russian type, and I love those cook kits, so I'd have definitely been in if I was aware of it. So let's go over and show a bit of support for him. He's, you know, a fellow outdoorsman. I think he's got a bit disheartened because of the lack of response there. So head on over there, give him a like, and see if you can find the giveaway video. Alright then, that's it for this Tuesday. Thanks for watching, guys.
Action.
Did you say action?
I did.
So, Ranger Kooky.
You're about to get run over again.